All right, this ain't really a teaching per se. It's more like it's like half teaching, half building. You know my style. I don't really organize. I just really go with the flow. So, been looking over the term "seek my face." Now, there's two different terms when it comes to seeking the Most High. It'll say seek Yahweh, and it'll say seek His face. But there's two different words, and usually, from what I've seen, is when it's talking about seeking His face, it uses the word bakash. It seems like a not confirmed, but it seems like a deeper seeking, because there's verses where it uses both terms. Like Psalm. Here, let's go ahead. See, I'm unorganized. I'm just going around. So, where's it at? Oh yeah, 1 Chronicles 16:11. Just gonna go through all the verses that usually that they use this terminology. Now we go to 16:10 first. Glory ye in His holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek Yahweh, that bakash Yahweh. To those that bakash Yahweh should rejoice. Now this next verse, it uses both terms. It says seek Yahweh. This time it uses the words darash, but in the text it's dirshu. Darash Yahweh or dirshu Yahweh. Well, then you go down. Now there says bakash or bakshu, His face, or panal, but the actual word is panim. It comes from the word panim. So usually every time you look where it says seek His face, they'll use the word bakash for some reason. Psalm 105:4 is another one. Uses both. 105:4. And actually, I didn't even realize this last time, but it says the same thing as in 1 Chronicles 16:10-11. Start at 105:3. Glory in His holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek Yahweh. See if that's the same word. That bakash Yahweh. And 105:4. Here it is again. Dirshu Yahweh and His strength. Bakash, His face. Every time it's talking about His face, it's always bakash, unless I'm wrong. But from what I've seen, you can only bakash His face. Second Chronicles 7:14. Bruh. If my people, which are called by my name, and now this is dealing with being forgiven here in the land, mainly when it comes to exile, when we really went off. And this is what Daniel did. I'm getting to Daniel seeking the Most High's face. humble themselves. Now this is low key telling you how to seek his face. You cannot bakash his face unless you humble yourself and pray. Turn from your wicked ways. There it is again. Bakash panim. The Most High says you bakash his panim. Where is it at with Daniel? I should have organized this better. Oh, it's in this portion where I said, where I was putting together how others sought his face. We know Moshe was on the mount 40 days, 40 nights. Let's hit Daniel though, because it iterates or reiterates or it aligns with 2 Chronicles 7:14. There. When he was meditating on the 70 years. He set his face. Daniel set his panim unto Adonai or Adonai to bakash by prayer or tefillah. For the word tefillah and supplications with fasting, sackcloth, and ashes. So we see in order to seek his face, it requires humility, prayer, supplication, fasting, sackcloth, ashes, confession, repentance for the people. That ties in back into 2 Chronicles 7:14. Now, the reason why it's important, you know how to seek it, how to bakash his face, because there's a verse that tells you the people that will not seek his face or his countenance. That's Psalm 10:4. I'm jumping around. That's just how I work. Let me make sure I put this. Okay, I got the mic on. Here. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek. The word here is dear show. Or, no, well, it comes from the Rash apparently, but it's Yidrosh. But it says it derives from the word Darash. They will not seek after Elohim, not in all their thoughts. So they're not even gonna Darash. They're not even gonna Darash the Most High, let alone the Bakash. Which is, it seems to me with the difference between these two words, like Darash is more like an initial kind of seeking, like a base level seeking. But the Bakash is only used for his face. That's more like a deeper, more intimate that you do through prayer and through humility, and like these. If you're the prideful, won't even darash the Most High. I just thought that was interesting. This dude out here just keeps saying Yusuf every 20 seconds. Bruh. Somebody find Yusuf for this dude. Oh yeah, and hey, I was gonna get into that, so forgot about Deborah. Bro. Bro's been calling for Yusuf for like 10 minutes. Let's go with Deborah 29, yeah. 429. Oh wait, don't even register Deborah in here. Oh, sounds like Yusuf finally darashed Yusuf. Alright. Talking about after scattering among the nations and few in number among the heathen, where Yahweh shall lead you, and you will serve other gods, wood and stone, which have no senses. They're dead gods. We serve the living Elohim. 429. But if you shall bakash Yahweh Elaheka, your Elohim, you shall find him. If you darash with all your heart and all your soul, your leb or lebebeka and your nefesheka. It's the formula. The formula to repentance not only does it starts with humility. You can't repent without humility because, one, you have to be honest with yourself. The way that you judge others is the same level you should judge yourself, probably even more, because it's harder to see your own stuff sometimes. We got to be just as, because when it comes to pride, there's no way you can repent if you're prideful, because you're not going to admit your faults or you're going to downplay them, but you'll see somebody else's faults that are even lesser than yours, and you'll blow theirs up, and you won't confess yours. So the formula, it starts with humility, and you can't seek his face. You can't seek the Most High, really, if you have pride, if you're not humble. Daniel showed you the formula. Solomon told you what to do. You have to bakash the Most High, dorash, with all your lebebeka, with nefesheka. You know, we got to hold ourselves to a higher standard than we hold others, because if everybody did that, we'd all be a better example to everybody. Make sure I don't miss nothing, because like I said, man, I'm scrambling, I'm wambling around here. I'm gonna just go through all the verses. Talking about Moshe took the tabernacle, pitched it without the camp. He basically went away from all the stiff necks. Everyone which sought, the word there is sought, but bakash, the Hebrew, bakash, Yahweh. And again, I'm just building. I want to go more into the difference between these two words. So I don't know if I got every single verse and actually seen the intricacies, the differences between darash and bakash. But from what I see, bakash is more of a deeper, more intimate seeking. Like there's an initial darash, and then there's the bakash for the face, for the panim. Let me see. Yahweh himself, what was that, 13, 14? Yahweh himself did a bakash. He bakashed a man after his own leb, which was Dawid. Now everything on the level that King Dawid was on. I can see why it was a more intimate seeking, because one of the things one of my boys, Azrael, pointed out. Like when you seek the face of the Most High, it's like shining. You hear things like shine your countenance upon them. Made me think of Moshe's face shining when he was so close to the Most High. And so it's kind of like the level Dawid was on and Moshe. They actually sought his face. Moshe came extremely close to, literally, but almost not quite, But it's kind of like being eye to eye with the Most High, being a cod with him when you seek his face. You're not going to literally see his face. But picture seeing his face. If he's seeing your face, if he's bakashing you and you bakashing him, y'all both eye to eye. You're both seeing eye to eye. You're on the same thought process. You're holy as he is holy. Or you can't be as holy as the Most High. But, on a human level, because he told us to be holy as he is holy, right? So that's when you become a God. Kind of walking in perfection. Let me see. I know I'm missing something. Let's go over some more of these verses that have these terms in them. Zechariah 8:22. Many people and strong nations shall come to Bakash Yahweh and pray for his face, before the face of Yahweh, Panim. There's that Bakash and the Panim. There's just a note I left there. It's kind of like to look for as if you haven't found it yet. Kind of like a deeper kind of seeking. That's just what I gathered from it. Again, there's a build, not a teaching. 1 Chronicles 22:19. Set your heart and your soul. Lebabeka with nefesheka. Oh, oops. Wrong button. Bro, what's going on? This one's Darash Yahweh. Eleheka. Or Elehekem. You see, he's not talking about his face. So they don't use Bakash. I find it interesting. See what 12:14 is talking about. Hold up. They gotta be. Oh, that's 2 Chronicles. I'm tripping. I'm glad dude found Yusuf finally. That was getting annoying. Look. What happens when you don't seek the Most High over his face? Rehoboam. He did evil because he prepared not his heart to Darash Yahweh. If you're not seeking the Most High, whether it be Darash or Bakash, you're gonna slip, because you're one. It says people with pride aren't gonna do those things. So if you're not seeking Darash, Bakash, Yahweh, or his Panim, you pretty much say, you got pride. Because why aren't you? Because if you're not seeking him, which means you're not meditating on his Torah day and night, you're not doing the prayers, you're not seeking his face, that means The Most High is not in your mind. You have another God before him, which is you. Your will. Doing what you want to do. Because you either live by the Torah or you don't. So if you're not meditating on the Torah day and night, what are you doing? If you're not keeping the Torah, what are you doing? You're living by your own will. Rehoboam, he did not prepare his heart to seek Yahweh, and he did evil. The prideful will not seek Yahweh. Keep that in mind. Let's see what Hosea 5:15 talking about. We've Most High speaking. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense, which is you got to humble down to do, right? And they seek, oh, bro, I keep doing that. And they seek my face. And they, Bakash, there it is again. Every time it's Bakash Panim. Or Bikshu Panai. Always. People get in trouble when they don't seek the Most High's face. Isaiah 55:6. Seek. See which word it uses here. Darash or Dirshu Yahweh. While he may be found, call upon him while he is near. That's a command. That's a command. It sounds like, he ain't always gonna be there. You better use your time wisely. You better not be like Rehoboam and not seek him. And then you're stuck on evil, you're stuck on wickedness. Very important, seek his face. Very important, seek his face. And I don't think a lot of people are doing it. I really don't. Did I go through these yet? You cannot be talking about JC all day and seeking the face of the Most High. Did we read this yet? Generation of them that darash and Bakash. See, Bakash Panim. They darash him. Dorshal Mebakshe. They seek him in Mebakshe Paneka. Seek, and here it says seek thy or seek your face. And they seek the Most High's face. 27:8. We really got to ask ourselves, are we seeking his face? How do we seek his face? And if you're not, you most likely got a pride issue or something. You got something wrong with you. We know for a fact the proud will not seek him or his face. Even if they study Torah all day, you still gotta perform it. Like you can meditate on Torah all day, but do you perform it? And then do you hit your at least 3 daily prayers, which replaced the sacrifices like Daniel did? And you see how Daniel sought the Most High, humbled himself, put on the ashes, sackcloth, prayed for his nation, admitted the guilt of his nation. Leviticus 26:40-46. That's another key too. Here. When thou saidst, seek my face, my heart said unto thee, and this is why he messed with David. Thy face, Yahweh, will I seek. And when he told him, to Bakash his panim. He said, I will Bakash your panim, bro. You know, we do a disservice. You know, we gotta look at Moshe and Dawid as examples, even though they messed up, you know. And why they mess up? They forgot the commandment. They had either a split-second moment where they weren't meditating on the Torah, and they didn't think about their decisions, and they used the Torah to guide their decisions. Moshe within a split moment. Dawid, he had more time to think about it. It was more of a lust thing. He kind of let pride creep in because he's the king and all that. You know, he could have had any woman in the world, and he had multiple himself. But, you know, adultery, sending somebody to die, you know. Had he dropped that thought, hopped in his Torah, where he's supposed to be carrying a scroll on him everywhere, and he should have just hopped in the parts about adultery and said, you know, yeah, nah, F that. He should have been seeking the Most High's face in that moment, and then wouldn't have had it. But for the most part, Dawid was, you know, besides that instance, you know, he was that dude. But we do a disservice to ourselves when we think, when we set the bar very low, when we're like, oh, you know, we can't be like Moshe, we can't be like Dawid or Dawid. Why not? What did it take to be on that level? Humility, seeking the Most High's face, meditating on the Torah day and night. Now, how many of us have committed adultery or set somebody to murder in our life? I'm willing to say, I know I didn't. I've never done that. So just on that alone, we can be better than Dawid. We can be better than him just by that alone, just by not doing that. Because that's both of those are death penalties. And if it wasn't for the covenant he had, you know, and him being king, he, you know, and the other dude would have been, you know, got the death penalty. So just those, if we never do those, we have a step, we have a head start already. So what's the next step? What did he do? Thy face I will seek, Yahweh. Seek his face. Seek his face. Seek the Most High, Darash, and Bakash his panim. You know? Meditate on Torah day and night. Use the Torah as our guideline in every decision that we make. A lot of things guys struggle with is lust. If you're gonna mess with multiple women, you better make sure she don't have a husband, even a boyfriend. She shouldn't be, you shouldn't be messing with somebody that's already dealing with a man. Y'all really should up your standards and look for a virgin, if we're gonna be honest. And if you're gonna take her virginity, you better marry her. You better take care of her. You know, don't be creating whores. You know, do this thing righteously, man. Before you, if adultery even comes into your mind, you gotta immediately shut that thing off, shut that thought off, replace it. You should be able to tell yourself, no, that's off, no. Hop in your prayer, seek the Most High's face, hop in the Torah. You know? We're gonna come with tests. You can know the Torah all you want. You can memorize it all you want. But when the test comes, do you pass? You have the answers. Do you write the answer down, or do you leave it blank? Or for some reason, you know, you write down the wrong answer, and you got an open book test. You know. We know between right and wrong. If even a thought of jealousy or hatred, especially towards your brother, your people, envy, which are sins. If even thoughts of those creep in for whatever reason, because we all have our own reasons why it might happen. Maybe how we were brought up, certain things happen. Maybe we're prone to certain emotions or whatever. But you gotta know Torah, and you gotta perform Torah. You gotta when that thought comes in your head, no, that's off. If you dwell on that thought, that's gonna turn into a physical sin. You sinning in your mind, but it's gonna turn into something else. That jealousy, that envy, that hatred is gonna turn into you physically acting out something. Even if it's something like, you're going out your way to destroy somebody's YouTube channel because they got more followers than your views or whatever, and you're causing strife, and you are, and you being a Nicolite, and you brought your damn what's the word Uncle Ruckus used? You're just bringing like evil fucking hood ways into this walk. You can't do that, bro. You can't. So we gotta constantly seek the Most High's face. How Daniel did, how Moshe did, how Dawid did, how Dawid, how they did. The best examples we have, arguably. But we do the service when we think we can't be on their level. We set the bar low, and if you set the bar low, you're not going to go any farther than that bar. We should be seeking to be on their level. Not in a prideful way, in a humble way. We should look with admiration to them, besides their faults, but use their faults as a teaching tool so that we don't make the same mistakes. And maybe the Most High will shed his countenance on you and show you favor as he showed them. We got to do better. And it starts here. It starts with seeking his face. Which requires us dropping what he hates, according to Proverbs 6:16-19, which is pride, arrogancy. And we got to be real of ourselves if we have pride or arrogancy. And we got to acknowledge that and pray for the Most High to help remove it from us and make actionable steps to remove pride. And recognize when it comes in and shut it down. And make it a habit of shutting pride down. Eventually, it'll be gone. But there's been times I prayed for the Most High to remove stuff from me. And I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced it, but it's literally like I could feel it. Like when it's a real prayer, a real asking him, begging him to like remove certain things from me. I don't know if anybody else felt it, but like I don't know, it's weird. It's like I could feel it leaving me. And it's like my mouth like opens like a yawn type. It's like a yawn type thing, but it's not a yawn. I don't know, it's weird. It's kind of like it's being taken from my breath or I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know if anybody else experienced that, but that's what it takes. Now let's go. Proverbs. We didn't get to Proverbs 7 yet. Mishle. And don't just meditate on the 5 books. You gotta meditate on the Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, the Psalms, because all those are great teaching tools, wisdom. Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, dropping gems, how to conduct yourself, how to navigate with your neighbor within the Torah. Lots of wisdom we have to go through. Here. Keep my words, lay out my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live. Torah as the apple of your eye. Bind them on your fingers. Write them on the table of your heart. We're told to do this. Say to wisdom, thou art my sister, call understanding your kinswoman. All these things I just read. Keeping the commandments, making Torah apple of your eye, binding it on your fingers, writing it on the table of your mind. making wisdom and understanding basically like akin. That's how close you are to him. You share the same DNA. You embody wisdom and understanding. They keep you from the strange woman. Now let's see what happens when you don't do those things. And now, let me see. This was like slightly off topic, but it kind of ties into it also. Because seeking his face causes us to do all these things here. Seeking his face requires doing these, which will keep us from the strange woman. But if we don't seek his face, which means we got pride, which means, like Rehoboam, we did evil continually, it will cause us to be void of understanding. And what happened to this person here? You got caught up by a harlot. You got caught up by the strange woman. And the strange woman sought your face. You weren't seeking the Most High's face. You weren't eye to eye with him. So your eyes are now on this harlot, looking at this harlot. She sought your face and she found you. Y'all eye to eye. Now it's a different word. It's sahar. No, I gotta look deeper into what that word entails. That particular word entails. I believe it's for seeking early. So she sought you early, boy. She was ready to go. Her husband out of town. She see your face ain't looking at the Most High. You ain't a cod with the Most High. Oh, she about to be a cod with you. Y'all about to be one flesh. You want to be a one flesh with a whore? Look. She sprucing up her bed. Spices and aloes and cinnamons and myrrhs. Yeah. The good man is not home. Adultery. She a harlot. You're not seeking the Most High's face. You didn't keep the commandments. You didn't write them on your heart, your mind, or bind them on your hands. And look what happened. You're void of understanding and wisdom. And now you're caught up with a harlot about to commit adultery. This is exactly what happened to Dawid. This is exactly what happened in that moment, or leading up to it. He forgot the Torah. He took his eyes off the Most High's eyes, and he put his eyes on par with the eyes of an adulteress, of a harlot. No, he did evil. Call it how it is. He did evil when he stopped focusing on the Torah, on the Most High's face. He should have humbled himself in that moment when he was feeling these feelings, sought with prayer, supplication. Which he did after the fact. He did after the fact, after the prophet told him, yeah, you messed up, boy. Your son's gonna die. There's just a bunch of other notes that kind of tie into it in different ways. Let's see. Let's look into him causing his face to shine. Daniel 9:17. Hear the prayer, hear the supplications, and cause your panim to shine. The word or for light upon the sanctuary that is desolate. So you want the Most High's face to shine upon you, you have to seek his face. You have to seek his face. You see how Moses' face was beaming, came down the mount. If you're looking away from the Most High while he's looking for you, you're not eye to eye. His countenance cannot shine upon you. because you're far from him. Let's see what numbers. 625 was. He's talking about speaking of Aaron, Aharon, and his sons. On this wise shall you blessed, Beni Yashar, children of Israel. Yahweh will bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh will make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh will lift his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. He lift his face upon you and give you peace. He makes his panim shine upon you and be gracious unto you. You want the Most High's face, you want his countenance to shine upon you, but for that to happen, you must seek his face. How you gonna know it shine upon you if you're not looking? You know? There's a couple other ones y'all wanna. We can go through them real quick. Look, he loves righteousness. Yahweh Zadak, or Yahweh Tzedakot. Oh, wait. Here's Sadiq Yahweh Tzedakot. The righteous Yahweh, he loves righteousness. His countenance beholds the upright. Don't let anybody tell you righteousness does not benefit you. You can cause the Most High. Of course, he has mercy and Kesed and all that. But don't let nobody tell you that you're righteous, that you can't be rewarded for your righteousness. Without we said the Most High recompense him for the cleanliness of his hands. Who can stand, on the mountain of Most High? Him with clean hands and a pure heart. We should be working on these things. Clean hands, pure hearts. So his countenance may shine upon us. There's a difference between being wicked and being upright, clearly. Don't let nobody tell you can't be upright. You should know. If you're proud, you won't know, but you should know in a humble way if you're righteous or not. You should know that. Even if you slip. Sometimes with not doing presumptuous sins, premeditated sins, and especially craziest sins. But a righteous man falls 7 times and rises 8. So here I shall praise him for the help of his panim. When his panim shines upon you, you get help. I've experienced this. Firsthand. Several times, And a lot of people hate me because how confident I am that I'm doing right majority of the time. But it's just facts. I can only speak my story how it is. Yeah. Let's go through these other ones. I heard the slander of many, fear was on every side. They took counsel together against me. They devised, that hits home, to take my life. I've had multiple people trying to, planning to take my life, talking about sacrificing me, drinking my blood, stuff, crazy shit that I ain't never did, and I ain't never did nothing to them, bro. It's crazy. But I trusted in the Yahweh. I said, thou art. I like, hey, my times are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and them that persecute me. Make thy face, paneka, shine upon your servant. Save me for thy mercy's sake, your kesedeka. Most High save you. It's a mix between his mercy and your righteousness. You want to be saved by Most High, you want to have favor, you gotta seek His face. You gotta stay in prayer. You gotta stay in studying Torah, meditating day and night, and actually applying it to your life. Applying it to your life. Psalm 67. I didn't put the. Did I put the right one? Oh, yeah. Be merciful unto us, bless us, and cause His face to shine upon us. We want this. We want that or from the Most High's panim. You need to diligently seek that. That's worth more than gold, silver, all the gold and silver in the world. How you gonna put a price on the Most High's face shining upon you, His favor on you? That'll be out your mind, bro. Let's go to these last couple verses. I'm just flowing off the spirit, as they say. Psalm 80. Let's just go. No, they're praying to be saved. We all know Ephraim, how far off Ephraim went. They asked him to be saved. Turn again. They're asking him, they're begging him, turn again. Elohim. Cause. Is that word or again? Shine Peneka, your face. And we shall be saved. You're saved when His face shines upon you, when you gain that favor, because you are seeking His face. It's simple, but it's complicated, as you want to make it be. Our enemies laugh among us. Turn us again. Cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. How do you get saved? You got to be in His favor. And His face got to shine upon you. And you have to seek His face. You have to have no pride. You have to meditate on Torah day and night. You have to hit your prayers. You have to live this. It has to be in your DNA. Wisdom and understanding have to be in your DNA. It has to be your sister. Here it is again. Cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. Let's hit this last one. I'm pretty sure I went over all of them. Like I said, it was kind of impromptu. I didn't really organize it. Psalm 19 is one of those. It's the longest. I believe it's the longest chapter in the Tanakh, but it's one of the most powerful also, and it lets you know how the writer felt about the Torah. Let's start here. The entrance of thy words giveth light, gives understanding to the simple. I opened my mouth and panted, for I longed for thy commandments. Look thou upon me and be merciful unto me, and as thou used to do unto those, or usest to do unto those that love thy name. That love thy name. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Deliver me from the oppression of man, so I will keep thy precepts. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. Rivers of water ran down my eyes, because they keep not your Torah. Sadid, righteous art thou, Yahweh, and upright are thy judgments. Thy testimonies that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. And keep going on and on and on and on and on. I suggest y'all go through 119 at least once a week. Or here's what we're holding on though. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant and teach me thy statutes. Panim. Or shine your face upon your servant. We need to be on this level. We need to seek to be on this level every day and improving every day, analyzing ourselves every day, and consciously meditating on what we could have did better, what we did that we shouldn't have done, what we didn't do that we should have did. You know, a daily thing. We need to seek perfection. We need to seek to be holy. We need to seek to be righteous. We need to seek his face. We need to seek his favor. So, it's pretty much it, y'all. Pretty much it. I'll praise the Most High. I pray y'all, I pray that, you know, eyes were opened, ears were opened. I pray this hits you, touched you in some type of way, touched your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit. I pray that, you know, we all, everyone listening, and somehow people that don't even hear it, or maybe because you heard it, you cause others to follow suit and you become the example. You know, I pray we all seek his face. Truly seek his face. Because that's what it's going to require. That's what it requires. Dropping the pride, dropping the evil ways, humbling down, confessing our sins, confessing the sins of our ancestors, repenting, changing. You know, may the Most High have mercy on all y'all. May he have mercy on me. All our past sins, current sins, future sins, sins known and unknown. May he have mercy on our presumptuous sins we may have done. I pray, you know, Yahweh, forgive us. Shine your face upon us. Shine your face upon us so much that we see the light, even if we're not happen to be looking, but it causes us to look and be eye to eye with you. And may we never take our eyes off of your face. All bless the Most High, bless y'all. Bless Yasharal, Yisrael. Bless his people. Bless the only power, the only creator. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh. Yahweh Kad, Yahweh Sadak. Shalom.